Today we will take a look at the best Dell laptop 2022. If you want to find more information, check out links down below. 5. Dell XPS 17 2021. The Dell XPS 17 is an incredibly powerful laptop that is easy to carry around due to its thin and lightweight design. This probably isn't super surprising, but the Dell XPS 17 is a gorgeous laptop. All silver with a Dell logo on the back of the screen, it looks like the MacBook Pro competitor that it is. Unlike the MacBook, it has this soft finish on the deck of the laptop that makes the laptop much more comfortable to work on. You can upgrade the Dell XPS 17 as well, which should let you save a bit up front. All you need to do to open it up is remove 8 hex screws on the bottom of the laptop and pry off the bottom of the case. It's a bit of a pain the first time around, but you should be able to get into the laptop sooner or later. Once you're in there, you can easily upgrade your RAM and system storage, and the Dell XPS 17 will support up to 64 GB of RAM. But that's not really what the Dell XPS 17 is for. With the amount of high-powered hardware and the 4K display here, it's probably not surprising that the Dell XPS 17 isn't going to be winning any awards when it comes to battery life. This laptop was able to get a bit over 7 hours in the PC Mark 10 battery life test, which simulates various real-world applications. That's not terrible by any means, but these days it's fairly common to find a laptop that will get you through a full 8-hour workday on a single charge. 4. Alienware M15 R3 2021. The Alienware M15 R3 is an extremely powerful gaming laptop with an extremely stylish chassis. Easily able to power all the latest AAA games with no compromises, this is the gaming laptop you buy when nothing but the best is acceptable, which means that the price will probably turn some folks off. This is not exactly a laptop that you're going to be carrying around with you either. It weighs a massive 6.55 pounds, and comes with a 330W adapter that weighs nearly as much as the laptop itself. And, when you consider the paltry 2.5 hours of battery life, the Alienware M15 R3 is a laptop that you'll only be moving in between LAN parties, rather than carrying around in your bag day in and day out. Alienware has been using its new, Legend, design for a few years now, and it's clear why it's stuck around. The Alienware M15 R3 is a gorgeous laptop, and while this design isn't new, it still feels like a rebellion against the edgy gamer aesthetic that has dominated the gaming laptop space for so long. 3. Dell XPS 13, late 2020. The Dell XPS 13 2020 with Intel Evo is a gorgeous little machine that offers excellent performance, battery life, and more. It comes at the expense of ports, sound quality, and price, but none of these are enough for us to not highly recommend this laptop to anyone in the market for an ultrabook. The Dell XPS 13 is one of the only laptops to consistently stand as a viable alternative to the MacBook Air. And, even if it's a little older than its Apple rival, it still belongs among the best laptops on the market right now. Though it's far from cheap, the Dell XPS 13 late 2020 is actually quite the value for some users, thanks to its powerful specs. Others might find the 11th Gen Intel Tiger Lake CPU, up to 16 GB of RAM and up to 2 TB of SSD storage to be more computer than they need. This is where the Dell XPS 13 late 2020 absolutely shines. With a chassis and lid cut from 2 separate blocks of aluminium, the XPS 13 is incredibly light. It only weighs about 2.8 pounds, give or take a couple of ounces depending on your configuration. 2. Alienware M15 R3 2020. Alienware's brilliant 15-inch gaming beast, the M15, just got a little bit better thanks to design tweaks and newer components. But, it's still painfully pricey. It's a 15-inch 4 Kelvins OLED panel rated at 400 nits and it's utterly glorious, although also problematic in this context, more of which momentarily. Then there's the 10th Gen Intel Core i9-10980HK CPU, no less than Intel's finest 8-core mobile processor. Rounding things out in the key specs department are 32 GB of RAM and a 512 GB M.2 SSD. All told, you're looking at a meaty price tag starting with a 3, be that in bucks or old world pounds. But the overarching point is that, in pure gaming terms, 4 Kelvins is still a bit too much screen for that Max-Q GPU. Maybe Nvidia's next-gen mobile graphics will fix that. For now and for most gamers, a 1080p or 1440p panel, ideally with a much higher refresh rate than the 60 Hz of the M15's OLED panel, would be a better fit in this chassis. 1. Dell XPS 15 2020. The Dell XPS 15 is easily the best 15-inch laptop on the market, and in a lot of ways it's the best laptop period. It's extremely powerful, stylish and light enough to carry around town. We seriously can't find anything that holds it back. In terms of year-on-year laptop improvements, we have literally never seen a glow-up like the Dell XPS 15 2020. It's thinner, lighter, has smaller bezels and brings the speakers to the top of the device. With all of these improvements, the XPS 15 has catapulted ahead of the 13-inch model to be the Windows laptop to get. Now we get it, not everyone wants to carry around a bulky 15-inch laptop, no matter what kind of performance improvements come with the beefier hardware. This XPS 15 is just 0.71 inches, 18 millimeters thick and weighs just 4.5 pounds, 2.05 kilograms. Definitely not the lightest laptop in the world, but with this kind of hardware and a battery that lasts as long as it does, it's definitely more portable than it even needs to be. The Dell XPS 15 we reviewed here comes strapped with a 86Wh battery, which is beefy for a laptop that's this thin. For the most part, battery life absolutely reflects this, with the device getting 9 hours and 44 minutes of battery life in the PC Mark 10 battery life test. This test basically runs the laptop through a variety of workloads that you might encounter every day, and repeats those tasks until the battery is depleted. For office work, this laptop will easily last all day and a bit when you get home and are scrambling to find the charger. Our movie playback test tells a different story. In the test, we only saw 6 hours and 16 minutes. This ultimately comes down to the 4K touch display. So, if you plan on just binging Sailor Moon while lying in bed and trying to drown out reality for just a little bit, you might want to plug the laptop in.